Hello, hello. We are in episode 24 of the New York City Wrestling Series. This episode is our November show. Pretty big show with some big changes going on, and then some new developments within our new characters and things like that. So let's just get started. Start off the show with Mr. Amazing defeating Andrew Harper via the Crash and Burn. Really good match, one of our best ones ever. Let's look at the best matches we've had so far at the series at the end. Following that, we had our Molokai Milk and the Watchdogs facing off Original Sinner, Sodomia, and Supermassive Destroyer. This is the first time we are seeing Supermassive Destroyer and Original Sinner cross paths, and they are working with Sodomia, who steals the pin following like a choke bomb. He goes ahead and pins Egon with a power bomb. After the match, he is bossing around Original Sinner and Supermassive Destroyer. They kind of give each other a look and double choke slam Sodomia. So what does that mean to them? Are they now kind of faces? Are they aligned with Sodomio just being annoying and bossy, as that fits in line with his character? So that's just an interesting development, interesting twist to that end of that match. Following that, we had the Executioners making their debut, losing to the boys from Yukon, who are now Babyfaces, where the Executioners intentionally got DQ'd. In this case, Tex Tagan got DQ'd fighting Hal and Mad Morton, so he hit him with an object, something like that. Um, Now, luck is on our side with Duke Hazard rolling good chemistry with Texas Hangman. Texas Hangman is 23 years old. Duke, I think, is in his 30s. Um, there's potential here for a long-term pairing, maybe back and forth. Uh, but with Texas Hangman, he is a long-term project for us that I want to see through because I remember him in TEW 2016 being trash, but now with the new render and just I don't know. I think it's a challenge, and I think our um, popularity over performance product will help uh, those menace characters. Following that, we had Davis Wayne Newton picking up yet another win, this time over Brutus Milano. So we had Davis Wayne Newton picking up about like 3 or 4 pretty big wins since his joining of the company. Um, so it's probably about time to start finding him a storyline. And yeah, really good performances so far from him. After that, we go to like a backstage segment introducing Joanna Silver as a pirate. She is here to sail the seas of the women's wrestling division. Kind of a Carrie Sane style deal where she's just a pirate or like has pirate gear on, kind of acts like it's silly. It's a character. It fits. We kind of I don't want to lose touch of that character aspect when we were bringing in like a Davis Wayne Newton or even original center, still finding that character, or a Joy Rider who's just an energetic babyface. We gotta, since we're in 70s wrestling, still gotta keep those characters present. Following that, we brought in CZCW Notorious against the LA Stars, where we had the LA Stars making not only defense number 5 of the CAR World Tag Team titles, but defense number 12 of the New York City Wrestling titles. So Storm Splain, Marv Moroy are in BCG tonight. It was either California Machine and Frankie Fernandez or Notorious. Ironically, CZCW has been booking Notorious first LA Stars or LA Star number one with Notorious first, CLM and Frankie and LA Star number two. So I figured just kind of bring that over to the East Coast and introduce it. LA Star number two had like a 77 rated match at CZCW. Following that, we had Tennessee William cutting a promo saying Dr. Love, Danny Fonzarelli, is not showing up tonight, so he's leaving an open challenge out there. Our best rating to date, and very happy with that. Tennessee William, anytime he's on, he performs, and it's definitely been his strong point. But with Danny Fonzarelli not there, Riley McMahon accepts the challenge, who lost to Mr. Amazing the past 2 months, and actually gets the win. So back to back November, we from last November to this November, we actually have a new champion. This time Riley McManus defeating Tennessee William, becoming the Empire champion for the first time. and what would be the highest rated match between two of our quote unquote OGs. That said, let's go ahead and put them over here and let's put it over Mr. Amazing. Has yet to be signed, but I'm still thinking any day now. Um, but in regards to why I talked about last episode that Riley, or not Riley McManus, Tennessee Williams kind of hitting that popularity cap of 52, and we're starting to pick up a lot of people on the heel side now, so that flip flops, and it's kind of the tricky part about playing the game is you don't want to get too systematic. So we had Riley McManus defeat Tennessee William. Now he's a bunch of heels he can compete against, and since they beat him, like Mr. Amazing, obviously makes sense. First on the Tennessee Williams side, we're starting to run low from characters, so I don't want to get into a pattern, and I'm starting to recognize it myself. Uh, oh wow, that's huge. But in regards to that, I just want to make sure we recognize, okay, Tennessee Williams starting to get stale, change it up. And maybe we change up next month. Again, with the 70 style wrestling, yes, the uh, reigns are supposed to be longer, but I kind of want to fresh and sensical, effectively. Sammy Bach being signed away by USPW from TCW. Um, so he is starting, quote unquote, to go down, but he is going to be probably 6 years of still just being an animal, like absolutely amazing. Cause star quality takes forever to go down. Um, Nothing else really stood out there. I said we'll look over. Let's see a popularity game from Riley McManus winning. I did keep Tennessee Williams strong in that match just to, we worked hard to keep that popularity where it is. And he actually went up losing in a lot of the places. And he didn't go down in Tri State. So that's pretty good. I'm cool with that. But let's look at Ryan McManus because there is a lot of growth here potential. Went from 41 to 46. And I just look at Tri State since that's where most of our shows are. The rest will come with it organically. Did we have any other big wins? Davis Wayne Newton as well. High mid 20s, 30 or 28 across the about board. Puerto Rico, dude, FCW. He's getting more and more popular. So I think it's time for Davis Wayne Newton to start getting implemented in regards to the show. And then LA Stars, kind of their popularity interests me. You can see that the Southwest region, which doesn't get a lot of carryover from Tri-State, CZCW has been treating pretty well. Where, yeah, if you look here, LA Star number 2, American Cobras, effectively FTR, versus LA Star number 1, Notorious. So they're not really kind of just giving them matches that make sense, but they're using them and their popularity is getting better with time. So definitely thankful for that. And that's why I'm not going to abuse the caught as they're not, title reigns are typically a little bit longer, where we are second week of July, so we're about 5 months, 5 successful defenses from June 20 to July 20. I ended that, but before that, November to June. So it's probably right around time of when they'll be losing the COT titles. Um, I'm not gonna have them lose it. That's gonna be my role. I'm not gonna book them to lose, and then we'll wait probably another World Championship or two reign before we bring it to New York City Wrestling. But kind of go back to what we said, our top 10, let's just go over top 5 matches. So we had Mr. Amazing defeat Riley McManus on the last show. Pretty good with that. Tennessee won to defeat Kurt Laramie. Kurt Laramie put up pretty good ratings, even though I'm kind of sad he walked out, but it is what it is. Mr. Amazing defeating Riley McManus. So obviously that's part of the sticking point of pushing over Riley. Sodomia defeating Greg Black in May of 21. I really wish we got to keep Greg Black. Definitely now that we have Mr. Amazing. Mr. Amazing, Andrew Harper on the last show. Then we have Tennessee William defeating Human Arsenal. Tennessee William defeating Kurt again. Tennessee William defeating Danny. Zeus defeating Matt Stranger. Matt Stranger defeating Sterling Whitlock. Riley McManus versus Tennessee William hitting the 11th spot of our two OGs, followed by Tennessee William Matt Stranger, Tennessee William Matt Stranger, Tennessee William Andrew Harper. So far, we have yet to have a 1v1 or 2v singles or tag match of our originals or our original signees of hitting that 60 mark, and that's going to be something we stress about every time. I haven't figured out next show yet, but kind of remember when we bring in these characters, they cannot be a champion in a company that's bigger than us. Just because I think that will keep us safe in regards to abusing the popularity and mechanic. I don't want to bring people in just to have them lose. So Mr. Amazing, when he gets signed away, he's gonna lose. But that's the way the industry works. It's doing the business. It's how you get the Montreal Screwjob. Nonetheless, like I said, Foyoko, we are gonna build up with time organically. She is the Mila character of our company. She can be champion for a long time, or honestly, I can change it next month. There is a pretty big development with that I completely forgot when it came to my rules, because I was just so excited. And for those of you new to Steveverse, there's like two Canadian wrestling factions, the McFly family as well as the Stone family. Lucy Stone McFly recently came available, and as you can see here, I did sign her. I was like, oh shit, finally, amazing. And I was like, oh wait, shit, she is one of breaking one of her rules. In this case, nepotism. So rule 2, undersigned workers. Now, if she is unemployed, she does fit the blacklist. Um, what's it called? The blacklist exemption list. Such in this case, Original Sinner, who so far we've been using pretty well. Um, and yeah, he's getting there. I think long term, I'm wishing the star quality would increase, kind of like we saw with Supermassive Destroyer last year. But overall, main row stats is getting better. Thinking him and Supermassive Destroyer as like a tag team interests me. And then they're 22 and 23. So did we just find our own Road Warriors or our Brothers of Destruction or whatever we do? Supermassive Destroyer, Original Sinner. What would be your tag team name for them? I'm all ears, even though I'm a little bit ahead. And then yeah, I'm curious to see where we go from here and to keep it fresh. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching.